COVID-19 pandemic has brought unprecedented changes to our usual ways of living. But the Department of Education remains unfazed by these challenges to fulfill the mission of Sulong Edukalidad, the rallying call for national effort to deliver quality basic education to all Filipinos, which involve aggressive reforms in the 4 key areas: the K-12 curriculum review and update, improving the learning environment, teachers upskilling and reskilling, and engagement of stakeholders for support and collaboration to move forward together as we prepare the education system for the future. The call for Sulong Edukalidad will continue, and we have built the framework of the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan, or the BELCP, to put the needs of the learners at top priority. DepEd's BELCP is the major response and commitment to protect the health, safety, and well-being of learners, teachers, and personnel. The plan aims to provide opportunities to continue education even in these trying times with a BELCP in place, supported by an unprecedented number of diverse stakeholders from the academe, media, industry groups, NGOs, business and private individuals. Sulong Edukalidad will be able to sustain the aims in its reform for quality basic education. In our journey towards quality education, we have established the 4 pillars of aggressive reforms from the start, and we have been continuing to progress in these pillars. In improving the learning environment, we took action in the construction and rehabilitation of school buildings, ensured the availability of learning materials and equipment, and prioritized our last mile schools. The challenges of the pandemic also brought to light the urgent need to upgrade our ICT infrastructure to service the needs of education. In terms of the teachers upskilling and reskilling, we were able to establish more innovative professional standards for teachers and school heads. We have aligned the professional development of teachers with their career progression to track their development as part of the National Educators Academy of the Philippines transformation. With the launch of the Education Futures program, where we will be focusing on innovative actions and solutions to improve the state of our education, we are now more than ready to start a new journey and continue our fight for quality education for all Filipino learners. Finally, we've given high importance to the engagement of stakeholders for support and collaboration. In support of this, we have convened the Philippine Forum for Accessible Quality Basic Education, or the Education Forum, which will leverage other partnerships for education quality and strengthen partnership with the Philippine Normal University as the country's national center for teacher education. The department has also been developing a professional development program for teachers and school leaders in order to equip them with the skills, materials, and data that will allow them to help their students prepare for PISA 2022. This intervention consists of the following components: online training for teachers and school leaders, development of learning materials and practice tests for students, deepening the analysis of the PISA 2018 results, and supporting school-level action research. Now that the year is about to end, our commitment to Sulong Edukalidad will continue and will be far from being gone. With a lot at stake, considering our new knowledge and experience from this year's challenges, we are equipped to face a new future. As we head on to the future where we will face many challenges and uncertainties, the department will always be the guardian of every Filipino learner's right to education.
Alvin Torrejos, and I work as a teacher at German European School, Manila. Pursuing teaching as a profession was serendipity.
I was inspired by one of my teachers when I was in elementary.
There is this sense of fulfillment when I can influence
the positive changes I see in their lives.
I think the pandemic has affected my job as a teacher.
I have to make a lot of adjustments,
which we didn't expect.
And suddenly, we were pressured
to go out of your comfort zone, which is the four corners of the classroom, and do things you've never expected to have done in the past.
It is so hard to make a great connection to my students without being physically present beside them.
Hindi ka sigurado kung naintindihan ng mga bata ang kanilang mga lessons.
Where I'm from, not all are able to do virtual classes, and so this will really be difficult for us as teachers.
Hindi po ako maalam sa computer. Hindi po ako maalam sa ibang mga platforms.
So kailangan naming matuto ng mga different apps at different softwares para magawa namin ito.
Marami po akong mga pinanood ng mga webinars. Isa na po dito yung webinar ng Canva. Ang Canva ang gumagabay sa akin upang lalo akong maging malikhain.
It is a tool which has all that I need, that helps me
Create beautiful designs in the shortest time possible.
there are lots of animated features, stickers, and it made my lesson presentation more exciting.
There's just limitless possibilities.
the templates. There's always something new to match what you need.
A fun way to create lessons.
Halos nilalaro ko lang siya. Ginagamit ko siya ng paiba-iba at kung ano po yung effective.
Kapag kakailanganin kong gumawa ng mga instructional materials,
Lesson plans, activities,
Mga presentations at short videos.
ay meron akong Canva na masasandalan.
It has changed the idea that you cannot teach properly if you're outside the classroom. You can, with the help of visually appealing designs, with the help of engaging designs.
Kung sakaling ma-invite ko na ang mga bata sa Canva class, i-encourage ko silang mag-explore.
I can do collaborative activities for my students using it.
The students really feel like kasama pa rin nila yung mga teachers nila, tuwang-tuwa yung mga bata.
Canva is absolutely making my job easier.
It has helped me now, and I think it will help me even more in the future.
Sa pagiging miyembro ko ng Canva for Filipino Teachers ay ipinakilala ko sa aking mga kapwa guro upang pasukin din nila ito.
I would still be using Canva even when students are allowed back into their physical classrooms. I would still be using Canva for years to come, and I would still be using it for the same things that I use it now.
Para ma-excite silang pumasok sa araw-araw.
They will love it.
I would definitely recommend Canva to all my co-teachers and all the other teachers I know.
It is truly a gift because hindi mo hiningi, binigay sa'yo.
Alam ko na ang Canva ay magiging malaking parte ng inyong buhay.
Magandang hapon, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao. Ako po si Rico Tumalang ng DepEd Public Affairs Service. Welcome to the third episode of Canva webinar series for teachers. Our topic is about graphic designs basics with our speakers from our partner Canva Philippines. And makakasama din natin ang mga miyembro po ng customer service team or customer happiness team. They will be interacting with you through the comment section for your questions and clarifications. Kumusta po ang bagong mga designs ninyo na inyong mga modules or mga learning materials? I hope yung 2 previous episodes natin nakatulong po ng malaki, no? And I also hope na lahat po ng inyong mga email addresses or DepEd emails are registered already sa Canva for Education. But in case you still have difficulty using Canva application, you may also join Canva for Filipino teachers because you can ask questions and your fellow teachers can also share some tips. The customer happiness team will also answer all your questions there. This afternoon, makakasama natin si Ms. Shishi Malvar and Mav Soriano from Canva. Nabago yung schedule natin, no? Because we want as early as 5 p.m. or as early as 6 rather, ay matapos din ang ating Friday para po yung remaining hours of the day will be allotted for your family time. But we hope still that it's still a feel good Friday and a productive Friday for all of us. So let's start with our first topic. But before we do that, kilalanin po muna natin ang ating speaker. She's Ms. Shishi Malvar with her background in learning and development. She's currently engages Canvas customers through her role in the customer happiness team. She supports sprint-specific inquiries to ensure that we provide the best quality products out there. So let's call in Ms. Shishi. Ms. Shishi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon po. And
How are you?
I'm okay naman po. Kamusta din po kayo?
I think this is your second time.
Yes, this is my second time.
Yes. So sana yung mga siguro nakikilala nyo si Ms. Shishi, no, yung mga una pong yung mga nag-join na dati. This is the first episode. From the first episode that you joined as a speaker, Ms. Shishi, and then I know that you're also part of the customer happiness team. Ano yung mga changes or ano yung mga pwede mong i-share siguro na questions from our teachers so far? I just want to know before you start your lecture.
So basically, we always send out information whenever we have new templates and new features and updates. Kaya din po, in-encourage ko po kayo na mag-join sa Canva for Filipino Teachers na community para po updated din kayo sa mga bago naming dinadagdag sa Canva.
Alright. That's ang ganda ng background ni Ms. Shishi, no? Since she has a chance to speak with Canva users through customer happiness team, and then now she will talk about graphic design basics, and for sure yung mga tips na i-share niya ay siguro naka-pattern din sa mga feedback from our teachers. So you may now start, Ms. Shishi.
Alright. Ayan. So, welcome po sa Graphic Design Basics 101. For today, we'll have a brief introduction to Canva, quick tips and tricks, and Q&A sa last part ng session na to. Alright. So, muli ako po si Shishi. I'm part of Canva's Customer Happiness team. And today, I'll introduce you to Canva, and along with my colleague Mavs, magdidiscuss kami ng Graphic Design 101. So, para po dun sa hindi pa familiar sa Canva or first time enter yung Canva, so it is an online design tool that enables you to easily create beautiful and engaging designs with thousands of templates to choose from. So with Canva po, meron kayong access sa 60,000 plus templates and content that is free to use anytime, anywhere. So going back to the complexity of the usual way of designing, we think about going through this process. So napakahaba po ng process na yan. So kailangan pa natin bumili ng tamang software, pag-aral mag-design, maghanap ng stock photos, pagbili ng fonts, layouts, hanggang sa finally mabuo na natin yung design. So with Canva po, we made it simple and integrated because Canva wants to give everyone the ability to collaborate online and have access to a library of millions of images and publish anything, anywhere. So, kumbaga, ang Canva po ay one-stop shop for designing para hindi nyo na po kailangan pa dumaan sa napakahabang proseso para mag-design. Ito ang mission ng Canva, to empower the world to design. We want to empower everyone around the world and give access to the tools that you need to create. Alright. Ngayon po na alam na natin kung ano ang Canva, magsisimula na po tayo sa mga quick tips on graphic design basics. So, meron pong 4 parts dito sa topic na to, 2 of which will be discussed by my colleague Mavs. But for now, let's go through finding the right text for your design. Importante yung text dahil nandito ang mga impormasyon o mensahe sa design or presentation mo. Pero importante din syempre na maganda at nababagay ito sa brand na or mood ng ipapahayag mo. Dito mo rin maaaring ma-emphasize kung ano yung mga information na gusto mong malaman ng mga viewers mo. Alright, so choosing the right font. Every font style has its own language. You want to make sure na nagmamatch siya sa brand mo at yung mood. Importante to kasi every font style has different meaning and personality. Sa font text, pwede itong magbigay ng seryoso na mood, casual, playful, or elegant. So it all depends on choosing the right style. Ayan, so tignan natin to as an example. Meron tayong serif sa left side and sans na font sa right side. And both are visibly different from each other. So, ayan, i-discuss natin yung difference ng dalawa. Serif is more classic and traditional. Ito normally yung ginagamit sa mga traditional designs. And kung titignan natin ang mabuti, may mga curves ito sa dulo kumpara sa sans na font. So ang sans na font naman, wala siyang curves sa mga dulo ng text niya. Pero madalas mo tong makikita na ginagamit sa mga modern design or digital designs. So kung hindi ka pa sigurado kung ano yung magandang combination ng font para sa design mo, I suggest na mag-stick ka with one main font family. So sticking to one main font family does not necessarily mean na isang font style lang yung gagamitin mo. So ito yung mga example ng font families. So kung titignan nyo, may iba't ibang uri ng font families. Katulad nitong Open Sans. May Open Sans Light, may Open Sans, and may Extra Bold. So may mga fonts na may iba't ibang variants. Kumbaga, meron silang variants per font. At okay din to gamitin para mas uniformed yung font style nyo and mas organized siya tignan sa design mo. So we also have what we call pairing or pairing of font style. If you're feeling creative naman or you want to explore yung magic ng font style pairing, pwedeng-pwede rin naman. So magbibigay ako ng mga example ng pairing and how it looks para magkaroon kayo ng idea and parang ma-inspire din kayong mag-explore with pairing. Ayan. So, kung makikita nyo, may dalawang font na ginamit dito sa design na to. So, you can combine one expressive font and one neutral font. So, ang expressive font, makikita nyo, highly visual siya dahil sa may shape siya, may curve siya. So, ayan, get yung isang good example of an expressive font. Magandang combination siya with clear sans kasi simpleng-simple lang pero nabibigyang buhay niya yung design na to. And kung gusto mo naman na mas madaling basahin, pwede ka ding mag-combine ng isang thick o makapal na font with a thin font, which makes a good combination din naman. Appealing and organized siya tignan, and at the same time, mas madali siyang basahin. So yan, meron tayong Hibo na font sa taas, and may Noto serif naman tayo na ginamit sa word na coffee. Ayan, kung kayo naman ay kung di kayo sigurado kung ano yung mga bagay na pairing or di kayo sure kung bagay ba yung pini-pair nyo na fonts, meron naman tayong mga pre-designed font combinations. So, hindi nyo na kailangan masyado mag-pair. Sa Canva, may ginawa na yung mga designers namin na pair na siya. So, pwede nyo tong gamitin sa mga designs nyo. And bawat section naman ito ay na-edit. So, kung gusto nyong palitan yung words sa taas, i-click nyo lang po siya, tapos pwede nyo na pong i-edit yung text sa loob nito. Ayan. So, ngayon naman, magde-discuss naman tayo tungkol sa images or illustrations. So, through Canva, you can access hundreds of icons and illustrations. Lalo na po if meron kayong Canva for Education, meron po kayong access sa 2 million plus images. And alam namin na isa ito sa importanteng bagay sa design. And gusto namin ma-maximize nyo ito, lalong-lalo na po sa mga visual learners. Okay, so you can add fun elements to your design by adding, photos, pwede kayong maglagay ng illustrations, may stickers din po kami na available, and you can also upload po yung sarili nyong photos. Ang kailangan nyo lang po gawin ay gamitin yung search bar sa elements or photos na tab para makapili kayo ng hundreds of ideas na magmamatch sa designs nyo. Ito po yung mga example na illustrations na meron kami. Ayan. So, pwede din po kayong mag-customize ng illustrations. So, hindi naman po kayo necessarily na-stick sa colors kung anong meron. Ganito, kung gusto niyo pong palitan yung kulay ng mga designs na to, ayan. Ito po yung example. Ayan. So, pindutin nyo lang po yung illustration na gusto nyong palitan ng kulay. And makikita nyo po dito kagad kung ano po yung corresponding area na mapapalitan nyo ng color. And then, pwede nyo na pong palitan from here. Pwede din po kayo mag-add ng new colors if wala dito sa document colors area na to. Pero if may nagustuhan kayo ng kulay, pwede nyo pong palitan from here. So, hindi po lahat ng illustrations napapalitan ng color, pero makikita nyo naman po kung pwede siyang palitan pag meron pong color area dito. Tapos pipindutin nyo lang po siya para mapalitan nyo. Ayan. So, ito po yung not so good example of a slide or presentation. Kasi kung titignan nyo, wala masyadong color, walang illustration. So, more on pagbabasa lang yung mangyayari and it will not get the viewer's attention. So, you want to make sure na ma-maximize mo yung lahat ng illustration and images na available sa Canva. And here, it shows a good typographic hierarchy. So, you can clearly see the difference between the title and the text below. So, the information text is clear and concise. It shows an image in relation to the topic, and nagpo-provide to ng visual communication to the audience. Kung gusto nyo naman po mag-provide ng coherent look for the slide and make it more appealing to the audience, pwede natin palitan yung image to illustration, which you can get under the Elements tab for more simplistic look that complements the background and text. So kung ayaw nyo naman ng masyadong detailed or ayaw nyo gumamit ng image or gusto nyo mas malinis tignan, then you can also use illustrations, and then you can always select sa Elements tab. Isa pa itong halimbawa ng paggamit ng elements or illustrations sa Canva for a more simplistic design or presentation. So, kung papansin niyo po, may illustrate nyo yung gusto nyong i-design or gusto nyong i-discuss. And at the same time, hindi nyo kailangan gumamit ng image. Yan. Sana marami kayong natutunan sa paggamit ng text styles and image sa Canva para sa mga designs nyo. So, back to you, Sir Rego.
Thank you so much, Miss Shishi. Yeah, for sure. Maraming natutunan mga teachers natin ngayon na nanonood sa live. Let me just greet our viewers from Kidapawan City, Cotabato City, San Felipe Elementary School, South Cotabato, and who else? Okay, meron din tayo from Bataan, South UP, Maguindanao, and Division of Pangasinan. We'll try to read other questions po later, but ngayon, makinig naman tayo sa isa pang speaker from Canva. He is Mr. Mav Soriano. He is one of the newest template designers, and he's already made an impact creating sessions or presentations for businesses, classrooms, and even trivia nights. He also led a variety of branding projects for small to large-scale influencers and businesses prior to joining the team. Good afternoon, Sir Mav.
So, good afternoon. So
How are
excited.
you?
Hi, I'm good.
I think this is your first time joining the webinar.
Yes, it's my first time. It's so exciting. Hi, teachers.
All right, sir. Yeah, you may now start your lecture, and then later, I believe we can also get live questions from the comment, and then sagutin po natin.
Okay, again. Shishi, can you unshare the screen para ma-share ko yung screen ko? All right. So I'm gonna share my screen. Here. So once again, hi, I'm Mavs. I'm from the presentation squad here sa Canva. And basically, I'm just gonna tell you what I do here. I do the presentation templates with my team, and yun yung mga nakikita yung mga presos na pwede nyong ma-download for free na nagagamit nyo for your class or for presenting some ideas. So a while ago, my colleague Shishi presented texts and images. Now it's my turn to talk about colors and layouts. So with color, color is a very powerful tool or an element that you can use in your design. Why? Because it makes you remember things more so often clearly, kasi may nai-relate kang bagay tulad nito. What brand is this? And if you know what kind of brand, parang when you see the image agad, you'd recognize that this is a Google brand. I'm giving you another example, which is the iconic purple and orange combination. And this is actually FedEx. You know, like pag nakita nyo pa lang yung kulay, may mahalintulad na kayong mga logos or brands na relate with the color. And fun fact, guys, like In the FedEx logo, there's actually like an arrow here. Kasi they're they're a delivery and service brand. So parang moving forward is their thing. So I like the use of the arrows here. Not trivia. Another example of good use of colors would be this kind of brand. If you guys can guess what kind of brand is this, it would be Instagram, the iconic purple yellow gradient. So yeah, when we start with colors, if lalo na kung mag-start pa lang tayo to design, it's best to choose 4 colors max muna, which contains 1 light, 1 dark, and 2 vibrant accents. So what do we, paano ba yun? So ito, meron tayong example dito. A light and a dark would be your whites and your darks would be close to blacks. And then moving forward to how we choose the color, the lighter one will be close to white, the darker ones will be close to black. But okay lang na magka-shade kasi that's what we're after. We're actually looking for color. And the rest would be the accent. So some things that the accents you can use minimal lang as long as ma-focus yung light and dark. So why are colors powerful? It's because there is actually a psychology that goes in it when we see the color itself. What kind of psychology? For example, when we see the color green, unang-unang may isip nyo, parang meron ng agad the connotation with color green that it's about growth, it's about health, and it's prosperity, right? So parang it's about yung mga eco things, eco living, environmental friendly. So that's green. And then when we go to blue, it's more of those professional things, which is like being dependable, being secure and stable. And all of these colors na nakita nyo, all have meanings behind them, which can be used to present. For example, you have like a brand that you'd like to present, and let's go here. We have Animal Planet here, and Animal Planet, it's color green because, you know, like from what we saw a while ago, green is related to environment and health and growth. So nandun yung mga animals. Going to blue, we have like we have Skype, we have Samsung. This we have like Facebook, things that that we rely on, security and being trustable brand. So you can see all these logos. They use color psychology to design their brands, and you can too when it comes to your designs as well. That's why it's powerful. So if you guys have a lot of questions regarding colors, or you would like to know mga things about colors even more, we have go to www.canva.com/colors, and there you can find mga tools and resources for your projects about colors. Next is we're gonna go and talk about layout. So when it comes to layout, now that we have like meron na tayong text na nabanggit ni Shishi, meron na tayong colors, meron na tayong images. Now comes the layout, which is the icing to everything that you have, the icing to the cake. It's like how you're gonna present your design in front of people. Paano ba mag-layout? First, kailangan natin matuto paano mag-hierarchy. It's how you lead the eye from one thing to another so that you can make and create focus on different subjects. For example, you will read this big text first because nandiyan yung emphasis, siya yung pinakamalaki. Next, you will read this bit, then this bit, and you would read the last part, the smallest part, the last. So that's how you do hierarchy. It's by using it's by using the size, the colors, and how you lead the eye from one part after the other. So here are ways on how you can like make things stand out. First is by weight, If you want to make something stand out, we make the font bold. Like, for example, when we do our test papers, di ba, yung mga instructions, sometimes naka-bold sila because we'd like people to focus on the instruction first before the answering part. With the next thing that you can do to highlight your hierarchy is make or change the color of the font that you'd like to be focused on. Here, the stands out is changed into yellow. At makita naman natin from the example that the yellow stands out from the whites. Another way to emphasize things is by making it larger. The more larger it is, the easier it is to be seen. So, nandun nagpa-pop out yung pinaka-subject and the other two will be supporting that subject. So, the stands out really does stands out. And if you combine all the three things that we talked about, you combine weight, color, and size, you can definitely make the subject stand out to the fullest. So that's there. Okay, then now we know about how to make subjects stand out. I'm gonna talk about hierarchy, limited hierarchy and great hierarchy. So uh, why is this limited hierarchy? First, it's because the moment you see it, it's a wall of text. I always tell this to people that parang especially in the social media, nasa social media age na tayo na parang there's only like 7 seconds attention span based on my research. We only have like 7 seconds attention span to see a post. So you better relay the message as fast as you can. So how are you going to relay a message? You can relay a message by presenting a wall of text because tatama rin yung taong basahin siya. The best thing to do is to extract the information that you have already and yun yung i-highlight nyo. So this is an example of a great hierarchy. Hindi na niya kailangang mag-present ng one whole big paragraph because nagets na agad yung point na parang it's an all-day library day supported with the next thing that leads us to the eye is visit us on October 13, yung mga details, where, when, how, nandiyan na sa baba. So it's a good hierarchy because in 7 seconds, I think I would know already what's going on in this thing. Lastly, yung logo has the smallest spot because, you know, logos usually are used to be placed on the blank spaces. Lalo na if you have a brand, it's important to place a logo so that you would easily be recognized. Kasi repetitive ang logo eh. The more you place it to more items, the more easily recognizable you are. So yeah. Here is an example of using clear space to emphasize your layout. You know, when you have marami tayong mga pictures and choosing the right picture will actually play in a key factor here. Kasi the picture, for example, like if the picture is too busy, there's no space for you to place your text. So ang magandang piliing picture is the ones that have like spaces in it, and that's where you place your text. So here are some examples of like really nice pictures that you can use. Lahat sila may blank spaces, and then we add the text in the blank spaces. At dun sila, madali silang basahin. It's very clear, concise, and we're just gonna choose like the simple length lang, not the lengthy ones that we've seen before, not the paragraphs. Just choose a chunk of text that you would like to highlight and place it on your blank space. So here's an example of a busy background. This is a busy background, and paano kapag ganito ang background, busy? There are ways for us to highlight the text even if the background is busy, and it's by first like giving text some space. we use the opacity feature here. We added a blue background and nilagyan natin ng opacity. What is opacity? Ayun yung how transparent your object could be. So, meron tayong blue object here na rectangle, same as this one. And binabaan natin yung opacity para at least nakikita pa rin natin yung images at the back. If you don't want to use the opacity, you can actually use a block of square or rectangle underneath your text para lang mag-pop out yung text na gusto mong sabihin. Here are other ways to put rectangle behind your text. And if that doesn't work, you can use a frame for your picture. There are a lot of frames in the editors of the Canva. You can choose a frame, and then after that, you can place in the picture para ma-contain yung picture dito sa frame na to. And when your picture is framed, you now have like a lot of text for you to place your ideas. So yan yung way. Now we're gonna think of proximity. What is proximity? It's how you group your things on how close they should be. So I would choose this one, the right one, because they're already grouped together. It's easier for the eyes to see kapag yung objects are naka-group together. Parang people would easily think that this is one idea as a whole. Otherwise, dito sa my left side, the text and the icons are all scattered to the edges. So parang ang nangyari, the eyes have to like move from one place to another instead of like collecting it in as one bulk information. So may mga ganong factors now we have to think in order for us to give a clear idea to the audience or to the people we are presenting you. Because that's what graphic design is. It's like actually communicating your idea in the best possible way you can. Another way is embracing the negative space. So wag kayong matakot to like, if you have like a blank space here, don't be afraid to put something in it, because like the negative space is meant to have like some information too. So this is how you distributed the elements inside it in the negative space. So yeah, so here's a good example. Plus don't clamp up as much as possible. Wag niyong pagsiksik yung mga objects, because it's really hard to read if it's all cramped up in one space. I mean, the proximity a while ago means grouping it together, but that doesn't mean you have to cramp up to the things together. So embrace the negative space, distribute your elements so that things can breathe. So here, parang looking at this image on the left, parang everything's cramped up. It's hard to read, while this one is more organized. There is space for the text to breathe, and it's easy that when I see the information, I can understand what it's already saying. Then last and final tip I can give to you guys for hierarchy and layout is when to use left or center align. And I usually like before I would usually like center align a lot of my things, because I don't know, like I like center align, but there's actually a rule that we can follow to when to use left or center align. So if it's a paragraph, you have to use left align, because it's more of like leading the eyes once again. If it's left align, the eyes will always go back to that same point on the left. So it makes it easier to read. Whereas if it's a center align, we have to use it for 2 or 3 lines long, because di ba pag nakikita nyo ang center align, it's all broken. Parang it's like I would describe it as like a Christmas tree because the text vary in the middle. So it's harder to read if it's like a paragraph and it's a center aligned because yung mata nyo pupunta from this point up to the other point, and that's not a good user usability. So here is an example. Um, this is a center align because we have 2 or 3 lines, and this is a left align because it's a paragraph. So yeah, imagine if we use center align for this paragraph, it would be harder to, to read. The goal is to effectively communicate the idea. So let's go with left align. And that's it. That's my final tips regarding colors and layout. And if you guys have, you guys would like to, know more about the graphic design basics, why not try going out there and start using presentations because nandun yung makikita niyo yung mga techniques na tinuro namin ni Shishi ngayon and na-apply siya with the templates. And from there, while designing your own template or modifying the template that you're using, you'd be able to pick up what we're actually talking about. So, like experience is the best teacher. So go out there and search for presentations and as part of the presentation squad, we always like release new presentations with new topics. So it's very exciting. And then we recently, I think we have like campaigns for education presentations as well. So go to Canva and search for presentations, education presentations, and there are many topics like math, science, and everything that we usually use will be there. And if you're a teacher, go to Canva for education because we're offering a supercharged version of Canva to K-12 classrooms for free. It's jam-packed with value and time-saving features, including thousands of educational resources that every Canva teacher can invite their students across all their classes for free because we believe that education is priceless. So you guys go to Canva for education. Then I'm reminding you guys to, if you're not part of it, be part of it. It's actually an exciting community of teachers. So there's like a Facebook page for Canva for Filipino teachers. And there are a lot of, like people, it's a community of teachers where they share ideas, share how they made this template. And it's just an exciting inspiration for everyone, for starters and pro users as well. So parang get your inspiration there. And also we sometimes like post some announcements there as well. So be sure not to miss it. And finally, follow our social media accounts for announcements and usually may mga pakotes yan. So grab the opportunity. Sometimes we give Canva Pro for free if you did some challenges and like the contest. So in Twitter, Canva_PH, and Instagram, Canva_PH, Facebook, CanvaPH. Look it up. Then I encourage you guys to publish and share your designs and tag us at Canva_PH. We would love to see it. And yeah, so happy designing, you guys. Yun, that's it. That's my presentation. Thank you so much. And we can have our question and answer after this.
All right. Thank you so much, Sir Maps, for that tips or lecture. I'm actually trying to check comments or questions if we have from our live audience. But as per our customer happiness team, ang tanong kasi nila is free po ba ang app or Canva app na ito?
Free po ang apps.
Yes, it's for free, no? Ang kailangan nyo lang pong gawin, especially sa mga hindi pa nakapanood dun sa first episode ng ating Canva webinar series, all you need to do is to use your DepEd email address that is pre-approved. Grab a pen and a paper para may sulat nyo po ito. Just visit the link www.canva.com/edu-signup. That's also posted po sa ating comment section. I think we don't have additional questions here, but I'd like to thank also ang iba po nating kasama. Ang nakita lang po natin kanina sa screen, of course, is Shishi and Mavs because they were our speakers. But I'd like to thank Shardy and Mika every episode po ng ating webinar. Nasa behind the scene po sila. They are the ones answering all your questions sa ating live comments. And before we end our episode this afternoon, I guess we can ask words from Mika or Shardy, and then Shishi and Mavs.
Okay. Sige, sir. Hello po mga teacher. So, meron lang din akong isang magandang balita para sa inyo. Mainit-init pa. What will happen is meron kaming bagong update sa aming Canva for Education platform. So, I'm just gonna share my screen very quickly. So, kung nakikita niyo po ang aking screen ngayon, kanina na-roll out na namin na pwede na din po kayong mag-sign up sa Canva for Education gamit ang inyong Microsoft account. So, alam po namin na lalo na dito sa atin sa Pilipinas, medyo mas marami po yung mga teachers na gumagamit ng Microsoft Teams na account. So, pwede na po kayong mag-register sa Canva for Education gamit nun. So, ang steps po na pwede natin gawin is ito po siya. So right now, yung teachers can sign up and sign into Canva for Education using their Microsoft account. Tapos i-invite po natin yung mga estudyante nyo dun sa klase. So yung mga students naman po kapag naka-receive na sila ng invitation from the teachers, pwede na natin silang isama dun sa class. So paano siya magagamit ng mga teachers natin ngayon? So number one, kung pupunta po kayo dun sa Canva for Education na website namin, makikita nyo na ito. Tapos makikita nyo po yung dagdag sa baba na dati meron lang yan sign up with Clever, sign up with Google, sign up with email. Ngayon po, nadagdagan na siya na sign up with Microsoft. So kung ang gamit po natin is Microsoft emails para sa mga teachers, pwede na po siyang gamitin. So pag pinindot nyo lang po yan, same process po yung gagawin natin. So fill up lang kayo ng details, tapos pwede na po kayo mag-add ng classrooms mo. So, ang mangyayari po nun sa mga students naman, naglo-load lang siya. I-load natin saglit. Ayan. Ayan. So, sa mga estudyante nyo po, makakakita sila ng invitation mula sa inyo na ipapasok nyo siya dun sa inyong classroom or dun sa inyong class. So ito po yung isa sa importanteng steps na dapat ginagawa ng mga teachers na meron na pong Canva for Education account. Na i-maximize po natin siya na as much as possible kung kaya nyo pong mag-create ng mga classrooms nyo inside Canva for Education for the different subjects that you're teaching. Mas madali po kasi mag-send ng assignments, mag-share ng mga presentations dun sa mga estudyante nyo inside the class kapag nakagawa na po kayo ng classroom inside your Canva for Education account. So, yun lang po, isa sa mga biggest update na meron kami for today. So, gaya din po ng sabi ni Shishi tsaka ni Mavs, stay tuned po. Mag-join po kayo dun sa Canva for Filipino Teachers Facebook page namin kasi mas marami pa po mga updates na padating at dun po kami lagi nag-update kung ano po yung bago sa Canva for Education. Yan, back to Sir Rego.
All right. Thank you so much, Shardy. So I think yung pag-sign up or pag-register, it's a lot easier now because they only need to link their Microsoft account. All right, perfect. Let me also greet Claire Gado. Kasama din pala natin siya sa customer happiness team. Um, Anything Mika wants to share also, or Sir Shardy, you're okay na ba from customer happiness team? All right, okay. Let's hear from Shishi and Mabs. Ladies
Ayan.
first. Okay.
Okay. Alright. So yun po. Excited na po ako sa mga designs and yung mga magagawa niyo po through Canva. Muli, in-encourage po namin kayo na mag-join sa Facebook group. Mari po kayong magtanong or mag-share ng ideas nyo or designs. If kailangan nyo po ng tulong or may mga katanungan po kayo about Canva, pwedeng-pwede din po kayo doon. Lagi pong may nagmo-monitor at may sumasagot po ng mga questions doon. Yun po. And let us know if there's anything else na hindi clear sa webinar na ito. Mababalikan din naman po namin kayo.
All right. Thank you, Shishi. So let's hear from Mabs.
Thank you, Sir Rego. First, I just want to say thank you for having us here. It's an honor to talk about design to the teachers and all our other audiences. And one thing that I can say is don't be afraid to design. Usually the first step is the hardest, and the blank space, wag kayong matakot sa blank space or the blank canvas. Experience is the best teacher. So just design and just start applying the basics that we have, and from there on you'll go a long way. So yeah, thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Mabs, for sharing your expertise together with Ms. Shishi. I hope this is not the last time, the first and last for Mavs, no? Sana makabalik din siya for our next episode. I assume yung mga questions din last time, yung sabi ni, oh my goodness, I forgot yung name ng isa nating speaker last time. I'm sorry. Pero yung isa doon is yung pag-include ng mathematical equation. I am not pressuring Canva, but I know they're working on it. So sa mga math teachers po natin, no, na nagwa-watch or nanonood ng ating episode, just tune in sa mga latest updates from Canva. So once again, thank you so much, Shishi and Mavs, for sharing your expertise. And for our teachers, do not forget to join Canva for Filipino teachers for more clarifications and tips, as well as for interaction with your fellow teachers. As always na sinasabi ko, Canva really helps our teachers a lot sa pag-create ng mga learning materials, especially now that we are implementing the distance learning, no? Kailangan mas maging engaging and mas fun yung learning natin through colors and design. So, once again, magandang hapon or magandang gabi. Kung nakita nyo sa background ko, may decoration na kami ng Christmas. I guess it's really safe to say, and I think kailangan na talaga nating batiin ang isa't isa ng maligayang Pasko po sa ating lahat. Ako si Rigo Tumaneng ng DepEd Public Affairs Service. Hanggang sa muli po. Bye!